Hi, this is Riley, and this is Torrevieja news for Tuesday, the 25th of August, 2026, brought to you by White Doves. Your funeral plan, will, and probate, all under one roof. Let's start with a really lovely nature story from Villajoyosa. Around 70 loggerhead turtle hatchlings emerged from a completely unnoticed nest on El Torres beach. A young swimmer spotted one of the tiny turtles making its way across the sand and quickly raised the alarm. Most of the hatchlings were guided safely into the Mediterranean Sea, while about 10 were taken to a marine conservation facility in Valencia to give them a head start before being released back into the wild. Staying local, we have some updates on security here in Torrevieja. The government and the Guardia Civil have confirmed that crime in the city dropped by over 9% in the first 7 months of 2026, with violent robberies down by more than 20%. However, the mayor of Torrevieja is still pushing for permanent police reinforcements. He argues that the official figures do not quite reflect the reality of a town whose population swells to nearly 500,000 people in the summer months. And, let's be fair, he is quite the expert at ignoring official figures. Moving just down the road to Los Montesinos, drivers need to pay extra attention. The town council is setting up automated red light cameras on Avenida del Mar, right in the middle of town. If you are caught running a red light there, you will be facing a €200 fine and the loss of 4 points from your license. The local police say the goal is to calm traffic down and prevent accidents on what is a very busy two-way street. Widening out slightly to the wider province, if you are flying in or out of Alicante Airport, things should be moving a bit faster. The airport had a record-breaking July with over 2.3 million passengers. The new European entry and exit checks were causing huge delays earlier this year, but around 30 extra police officers and more assistant staff have now been brought in, and they have really helped to clear those long queues. Moving into some of the more serious news today, 2 men have been arrested following an attempted armed robbery on El Altet beach. They allegedly targeted an elderly man and tried to steal his bag, but police units deployed on the coast were alerted and arrived incredibly quickly to take them into custody. And finally, the Guardia Civil have arrested 2 German fugitives wanted for international drug trafficking. The pair fled to Spain last summer to avoid the authorities in Germany. After a long investigation, one was caught in Tenerife in January, and the supposed ringleader was tracked down and arrested in Cartagena in July. They are now waiting to be extradited. If you want to find out more about these stories and others, visit thisistorrevieja.com. And remember to follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Today's This is Torrevieja news was brought to you thanks to White Doves, specialists in estate and funeral planning. Find out more at whitedoves.es. I'm Riley Villa, and I will see you next time.